Nowadays, everybody wears tattoos. You know, it's become social fashion. It's just like any kind of artwork. You can't draw or paint or tattoo like anyone else.
Everybody's tattoo is important to them. I mean, you know, it's a very personal art form.
My name is Dan Gold. I've been tattooing for about 21 years now. I got into the industry really because no one was doing the kind of tattooing that I was interested in, and we were sort of into graffiti. We started doing graffiti in 1985 when I was 12 years old, and we were kind of after some graffiti tattoos, and no one was doing it. So I thought, in order to get the tattoos that we wanted, we'll have to do them ourselves. So I became a tattooist.
My name is Gil Monty, AKA Gil the Drill. I mean, to me, like, tattooing somebody is very special. And I think the tattooer, I mean, okay, well, let's look at it here through today. It's not about a pretty picture. You know, it's about marking time and space on somebody's body.
Well, my name is Sean Vasquez, and I'm from the United States, originally. I was working in Austria for the past 10 years. I've been tattooing 23 years in the industry professionally, and I've been doing tattoo conventions for at least 17 of those 23 years. It's my way of life, you know, that's what it's become. I fell in love with tattooing because of the camaraderie of it, because of just the environment of it. I got my first tattoo in a small place in Brooklyn. It was very chaotic, and just the feeling of it, the excitement of it drew me into it.
I'm George Bone. I've got a studio in Hamwell, West London. I've been there in that shop for about 38 years, and I've been tattooing for 49 years. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a mixture. I think we're craftsmen, artists, you know, engineers for the machines as well. I think you've got to have a bit of everything to do it. But I think as the years gone on, it's definitely more towards the art side, because some of the work now is just amazing. You see some work, and the guy's been doing it for about 2 years.
It's more of a passion for me. It's not really like I go out to make myself look extreme or anything like that. It's more just, it's just something that I love, and I can't, every day to me is about tattooing. I can't get away from it. Everything I see, when I see other people's tattoos, I just sort of judge them. It's a bad thing, but everyone does it. To say I'm an artist is, I don't know, I wouldn't say so. I like obviously my painting and stuff like that. I wouldn't feel confident at the moment to put stuff into a gallery because I don't feel that it's good enough.
I mean, with tattoo artists, I say they don't see it as art because they're not. Sometimes they get set things to draw, like as I say, people print stuff off the internet and they're like, draw this. So for them, it's not an art in itself, it's they're tracing or copying for them. So unless they design something themselves, and Myles designed this, I just gave him the parameters for it and he designed it. To me, that's art.
When I first started thinking about tattoos, I was only going to get one. And then over the years, it's got on to where I want my whole back done, my chest done, and my right leg. And I'm now contemplating getting another sleeve done. The sleeve I'm getting is to do with my childhood and growing up. Yeah, I do expect people to ask me, but the whole point of a personal meaning is that it's personal to you, so you can decide who you want to tell. And if something's more personal to you, then you're not going to want the whole world to know, because then it's not personal.
Before I really got into tattoos, I didn't realise that just having them and just having something you loved is all that you need, all the significance you needed. They wouldn't be the same if they weren't painful, because I don't think you'd be as emotionally connected to them because you wouldn't have sacrificed as much for them. The thing that I think about when I'm going through the pain is the pride, I think, like looking at them all and putting on an outfit, and the tattoo is a big part of every outfit I ever wear, and I'm really proud of it, every one. Like when you've just got to the finish line of anything, you get that kind of sense of satisfaction.
The reason why tattoos are very important for me is because they they changed my life, and I think they can change everyone's life. If people don't understand why we have tattoos, it's okay. If you have to ask, you'll never understand.
A lot of people would judge me because I have got tattoos. It's the reason that my sleeve starts here and instead of right down at the end of my wrist. Because if job opportunities come around, especially in the field that I'm in, like I do a lot of stuff to do with science and lab work, and in that sort of field, if you have tattoos, you get looked down on.
I think now tattoos, and maybe not just tattoos, but tattoos and piercings are kind of a way of growing up. Even if you don't get into them in a big way, just an interest in them. Now it's like, you know, that rebellious teenage phase that everyone kind of goes through, and that's just the new path it's taking.
If people say that tattooing is painting by numbers, I don't think they really grasp what it really is. It is art. It's completely art, because the guy that does it has to come up with the idea. They have to come up with a drawing. At the moment, I don't see myself as an artist, but I could see other tattooists as an artist, because what they do is quite special. It's very special, and so I would put it as art. I would say it was the same thing as a painting on the wall. You just walk about with it instead of putting it on the wall.
To me, I don't look at it as much as art when it's on me. As a drawing, definitely, but it's kind of different when it's on my skin. It's really hard to explain. It's awkward because a lot of people just get tattooed now for the sake of getting tattooed, I think. It's only a certain few people that actually get tattooed and enjoy a certain style. Like traditional tattooing leads back to kind of history a bit more, and it tends to go with probably different people that are into different trends as well.
It's just like any kind of artwork. It's just like, you know, everyone who is someone has a certain style and a way they work. You can't draw or paint or tattoo like anyone else. You know, you can copy, but copies can be found. You know, even if it's a really perfect copy, you can never tattoo exactly like your brother.
You'll get artists that do freestyle work that will just draw, literally they get a pen and draw on your arm and they'll go with it. And I think that's, like, to be able to do that on someone's body with a needle, I think that's a really pretty amazing form of art.
Until you have a go, it's not how people think. I've got a friend who's an artist, who's a brilliant artist, wants a tattoo, just can't get on with skin. It's just, it moves, people moves, you've got to hold it tight, and then when you let it go, it changes shape. It's just a lot different work on it. It even creeps along on its own, a bit of skin. You can be tattooing it and it's moving without, like, involuntary sort of thing. I know how hard it is to put something decent on, and then when I see other people's work, it's getting your head round how they did that, because it's that much more special. I think anyone who knows about art appreciates it anyway.
No, I mean, God, they're doing like the most amazing work on skin that you can imagine. I mean, it is the highest form of art that you can imagine. I mean, you could paint on a canvas, you know, and sell that, but man, when you tattoo people, I mean, you know, your canvas walks out the door and lives a life.
Now it's not a folk art anymore. It's become an actual art form, and people that are artists are becoming part of that. They're seeing not only the economics of it, but they're seeing that they can also express themselves as on canvas or on paper with on skin. The skin's a canvas, yeah, that's the only way to look at it. It's the self-satisfaction of knowing that you've done something that will change somebody's life. And no matter what tattoo you put on someone, it changes their life. I've tattooed some guys that their self-esteem was like dragging behind them. And by the time they're done with that fucking sleeve, they're the coolest guy in their neighborhood, man. And their whole life has changed just from that tattoo. You know, yeah, once you get one, for some reason, again, it goes back to that change of life thing. You get that one, you become cool, and not just cool in the sense of Fonzie cool, you know, but it gives you a little ego, you know. That one tattoo will definitely boost your ego, and it will separate you. It separates us from the other people that don't have tattoos. Not saying that they're bad either. They're cool too. They're just people waiting to become us.
I just think the industry's just grown so much, so fast, with so many people doing it, that I just think it's lost the air. You know, I mean, I liked it when it was like a little bit more exclusive. But you know, I mean, who am I to call it? It's like 7-Elevens. There's one on every corner. There's no rules to this.
There's an oversaturation right now in the industry. But on my personal feelings, you know, I think it's opened the door to a lot of monkeys. It's opened the door to a lot of people that do see dollar signs. And what hurts about that, what's painful to me about that, is that they're not getting the heart of what we're doing. They're not getting the heart of tattooing, which there is. There's a love of this industry that goes way beyond money. You know, it goes way beyond economics. You love it because it's fucking tattooing. It's the best thing, other than like loving your woman and loving your family, that for me that I could ever do in my life. There's nothing else that I would want to do, and I could do this till the fucking day I drop. You know, till the day I die, I could do this.